How you doing, everybody? So in this episode, I'm going to be taking you a walk from Nishi-Azabu to Roppongi. And we're going to start right here at this intersection and then go up the Tokyo slope. It's kind of this area is kind of down in a valley, and you got to walk up to Roppongi. This restaurant I wanted to show you really quickly for a lot of you that haven't been to Tokyo before. I don't know exactly the story or how it goes, but Quentin Tarantino was inspired somehow by this restaurant for the scene in Kill Bill where they were all eating in this restaurant and all the samurai came out. There's this bloody battle scene. I think it was in Kill Bill Part 2. That was here. So this is Gonpachi, I believe. It's still called that, isn't it? And back in the day, was it 2002 or 2003? Prime Minister Koizumi brought then President George W. Bush here for dinner. And ever since then, whenever I have foreign visitors who come that are like VIPs and stuff, I bring them to this restaurant because it's just so cool inside. Then you could say, yeah, this is where the Kill Bill was filmed. Check out the inside of it. Do you get the vibe here? There's a second story that goes around it. And then in the center of it is where they prepare all the food, and around it is bar. And then that's where Charlie Brown, or if you gotta see the movie, comes out of there with the swords. And then I guess, oh, look at that, they do have the pictures of the scenes of the action going on there. How cool is that? So I don't think it was filmed here. I just think that this was the inspiration, this restaurant in the inside. And perhaps one of these days I will take you in there and we will have dinner. How cool is that? Jizzy Devs 2000 writes in here, part 1. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's been a long time since I saw that movie. Boy, there's a Hobson's ice cream place. This is Nishi-Azabu, a very expensive place, not that far away from Hiro. A lot of embassies, a lot of money in this region. So, yeah, I think there used to be a club there that I went to. I can't remember, Medusa's or something. I don't. Gosh, I was a lot younger. All right, we got a little construction here. Let's go. We were gonna be following this expressway on the right side, and then going up to Roppongi. You can see that there's a lot of construction when it happens. It's a very narrow space to work. So you have these guards here to make sure that everybody's safe. It's pretty interesting to see them building in such a confined space in the city. Wow. I'm not sure what you'd call that device, but it's like a crane. It's like a crane that is vertical and not horizontal. 大丈夫。ありがとうございます。Wow, it's very vertical. This area also has a ton of stylish restaurants that cater to the filthy rich that live around here. I say filthy because they probably bathe in money. I don't think Kanai is a very big fan of this area of Tokyo either. The trash cans here are interesting. These are for the businesses, and they do it because the crows will get in there unless you have something strong. And the Roppongi crows are the toughest of them all. If you're gonna be a crow, be a Roppongi crow. Whoa! Check out up there. Look at the top of these buildings. I never noticed that before. It looks like a festival that's going on there. Sometimes you gotta look up, but the highway above here really does take the luster out of this area. It makes it dark. This is where I was filming a scene for a video I'm making about modern Japanese homes. Inside, this is a hotel, more of a residence, and they've done a pretty good job with the inside of it. Roppongi Residence, I think it's called. Hey, Jersey Devs 2000's here, and of course, the go-to foreign supermarket is in that neighborhood. That's right, Nishi-Azabu. I like to go there a lot when I lived in Yokohama. They got stuff that no one else can get. And I don't know how they do it. Nishi-Azabu is the place. Although recently, there's been a lot more supermarkets and goods. But before Costco, before a lot of these specialty shops, there were only 2 or 3 places that you could go to get the goods from the West. Nishi-Azabu was it's like a foreign supermarket. It's surrounded by a lot of the embassies, so that's probably the reason they have a very good clientele, and it's a lot more expensive than you'd pay back in the US. So either you had a friend on base at Yokosuka or somewhere and you could shop, or you would go to Nishi-Azabu and they have a lot of this stuff. Maybe they get it from the base, I don't know. Going up a hill. A lot of motorcycles in this area. Hey, Michael Sasano's here. You got it. Nice to see you, buddy. Bus. That's what Leo says when he sees one. See Denny Savins here. How you doing? This building's under renovation or being torn down. It's an older one on the left side. And a lot of the buildings are undergoing renovations. So I'm telling you, those that haven't been to Tokyo in a long time are going to be shocked. For those that are repeaters and just had to stay away for a few years now, it is incredible the changes that have happened here as a result of the Olympics and a result of the mayor's desire to modernize everything so it's earthquake proof. That's a funky building over there to the right. What is that? It's funny though, Tokyo changes and it never changes. There's, despite all of the changes that are happening cosmetically on the surface, deep down the city just always finds a way to stay itself. Every 5 years or so, it looks like a cafe. Is that that might be the Egyptian restaurant that overcharged my friend's credit card once, and I had to go back, and the husband of the restaurant wouldn't give us back the money. I don't know why. And then I went in and his Japanese wife was there, and then she said, "Oh, so sorry," and gave us back the money. So I can't understand why. But my friend had treated me to dinner there, and we will never go back there again. Although it might have changed. It looks like they've renovated, and it's a pretty good Egyptian food. They have a cafe, Nefertiti Cafe, yeah. They had a show going on inside there, and it was a very good experience. I'm glad I took my friend there. But in the end, you know, his credit card got overcharged. So you got to be careful with that, especially if you're a tourist. You're not going to be around. Luckily, I live here, so he just told me. I walked in, and they recharged back half the money. I also had a copy of the receipt. I mean, how could you dispute that? Up ahead, you see, looking up, is Roppongi Hills. Don't know how good the signal is, but this was the old home of YouTube, which is no longer in this building. They've moved to Shibuya Scream because it's just a more modern, cooler building, I guess. The Tokyo YouTube studio is also out of business apparently. I've only used it a couple of times, and that's a shame because it was a place creators could hang out. I met a lot of other YouTubers there. I'm glad for that experience. Angel Gold, I'm here filming a main channel episode, so I'm walking back to the Roppongi station, and I'm taking you with me. I started a little late because I was filming. Oh, look at that. See, the thing with Roppongi is that everything is just a little bit more stylish here, including that McCafe, which I've never seen before in Japan. Hey, aloha to everyone watching in Hawaii. We're hitting the right time zones, I think, while the US is mostly asleep. Oh, look how close Shibuya or Shinjuku is. You can see the Docomo Tower in the distance. Look at that. It's a beautiful building. It's 11 p.m. in San Francisco. I get a lot of, and rightfully so, I get a lot of people on the East Coast that are upset because I stream a little bit later. I'm trying to get up. I just had a lot of work to do today. We had a Patreon Q&A for Patreon supporters, and then after that, I had to send the daimyo packages out for the supporters, and I just ran out of time. I had to go directly to the job. Tomorrow, I'm planning to go to Asakusa, just to make a few people upset, and I'll be looking for tour groups tomorrow. All right, so the subway station is just 160 meters in this direction. And you can see the above ground highway here. Actually, I'd like to cross to the other side. How do I do that? I can't do that from here. I think there's an underground passageway, so let's do that. I think there's a way to get around this way. This traffic light takes forever to change. You ever notice that these, here, let me just pan around here. This is the soft drink truck. They're all really good with innovations. The back of the truck, they have the cans and the drinks to refill the vending machines. And then on the top of the trucks, they put the recycled cans and bottles. That's so ingenious. The Coca-Cola and the other vending machines have the same, vending machine makers have the same type of setup. So they are always constantly taking out that recycle bin. And please don't put your trash in the pet bottle recycle bin. If you've got trash, take them to Family Mart or one of the convenience stores. There aren't any trash cans on the streets of Tokyo, but the convenience stores act as such. Whoa! Can anyone name that tower? Kind of popped out there. No, it's not the Eiffel Tower, Angel Gold. That's a Tokyo Tower. Joshua's got it. If you look up here, see how we're on the wrong side of the road. I guess no one's ever streamed from this side. But you'll start to see that the spider, that's one of the symbols of Roppongi Hills. There's a big spider above the glass there. It's one of those happy Instagrammable places. Oh wow, I smell burgers. Ah, now I know why. Shake Shack on the other side. That's new. Or maybe it's not new. I know there used to be a Tully's where I would wait for friends and get coffees, but it's now something else. There's a Lululemon yoga wear shop. Kanai says they're a little bit pricey here. I can smell the burgers. And Media, by the way, after Nishi-Azabu, Media was another place where you could get foreign foods. Like I would get pumpkin pie, the pulp for it. I would get spices and bottles of wine that you couldn't get anywhere else. So Media has been around since the Meiji era, and it's just one of these stores importing goods to Japan from all over. Since 1885, they have right there. So they got some good stuff. Sony Plaza was another place where we could get foreign goods. Shiroi writes in here, and I know who that is. Wine for breakfast. Prost. He's doing it right. Technically, you're supposed to be riding your bicycle on the road with the cars. The problem with that is that you have cars stopping like this and you have to go around. See the bicycle symbol? They put that all over the city to make it easier, but I see the police officers on patrol. They're not following the law by riding on the sidewalk. They're on the sidewalk riding their bicycles, so I get a little upset. When the police break the law, you can kind of, I mean, do you say something? I don't know. In Japan, you probably don't say anything. Whatever building was here has been torn down, and there's going to be some new stuff in Roppongi. This isn't the only spot. Loads and loads of construction have started up in this area as well. Look at here on the left side, new building. This is a new building that's just finishing up, it looks like, or tearing down. Roppongi's it has a reputation of being like a really smutty, nasty place. You can see there's some more inspection. And it's doing a good job of cleaning it up. So when tourism does resume, it's probably going to be different than it was in 2019. This is a spot, and maybe not, I don't know, but this is a spot that had a lot of history going back to the occupation, where the GIs from the United States would come and drink and partay. I guess if you were if you're watching Memoirs of a Geisha or something, that probably that image of Japan where they were doing the parties with Pumpkin was her name, the character. I get the movie and the book confused. So I think it got that image of being kind of smutty because that's a weird Fanta. Yogurt Rush with white grapes. I gotta try that. Oh, it's all sold out. Shoot. That stinks. Yogurt Rush. That's a weird Fanta. That might be the only sugar soft drink that I kind of like to drink. Flavor potatoes. Oh, they flavor the French fries. That's what it means. Wendy's and First Kitchen have combined together to stay afloat. That's how they do it. Wendy's used to be partnered with Daiei, the department store. Then they left Japan. I was kind of sad about that. And then they came back under new management, under a new partner, a new Japanese partner. And now it's with First Kitchen. So I don't think Wendy's is going anywhere. They just don't have a lot of Wendy's in Japan. There's the infamous Roppongi sign above the intersection there. And I think we're here. John can go home. If you go in this direction, it'll take you to Aoyama eventually. Aoyama Ichome, and that is Roppongi Midtown. That's one of the other shopping areas in the Roppongi district, and it's nice to go there. I prefer Roppongi Midtown or Roppongi Hills. Wendy's isn't Japanese, but First Kitchen, I believe, is a Japanese chain. So in order for Wendy's to, I'm kind of curious to cross the street here. For Wendy's to thrive in Japan, they can't compete against Lotteria, McDonald's. There's too much competition. So Wendy's combined with First Kitchen, which is not a bad chain. So it brings more appeal, more customers. First Kitchen has its own clientele, but if you combine it with Wendy's, whoa. I don't eat a lot of fast food. Last time I ate Wendy's was probably 10 years ago. Mir writes in here, hi John, I'm still getting conflicting reports here in New Zealand on travel to Japan, potentially have a taiko performance in Japan. Oh man, I don't think that's going to be conflicted for much longer. The embassies and consulates don't know what's going on with the politicians who are making the laws and the decisions. So they're probably confused just like we are. But every indication, including if you read in Kyoto News, Japan is thinking to downgrade this to not a pandemic, but like the flu, and treat it like it's a seasonal flu now. So you're starting to see reports of this. All of the indications and all the direction, you can read between the lines now. The writing is on the wall, though, so to speak. I think once September hits, September 1st, we're going to see some really big announcements because the economy is changing towards travel again. The domestic go-to travel campaign, you remember the one that was so embarrassing? As the pandemic hit, they tried to do this go to travel, and then another wave came, and everybody was complaining because people were getting sick left and right, especially up in Hokkaido. They brought that back. So when you think about it, if they're bringing back go-to travel in September, what the heck difference does it make if they just add in some foreign tourism, right? So hopefully, Mir, you can get here to Japan, and as soon as I hear some information from the government that clears this up a little bit, I'll pass this on to everybody here on the channel, because for me, it's a big deal to see you all coming back here, because I'm bored stiff. Well, that's not true, but it's sure a heck of a lot nicer when people are visiting. It's just not the same. So I'm on the lookout. Another reason I'm walking around here, I'm on a lookout for, I'm gonna check this Coke machine. So let me just take you down Gaien Higashidori. This is where Gas Panic and all the clubs were. This is this kind of nasty area of Roppongi historically. You got Tokyo Tower in the distance. It's a nice view. It's a lot cleaner, wouldn't you say? A lot of the buildings are going under too. This is where the Johnny Rockets was in 1998. Of course, it's not there anymore, but I think it was on the 5th floor. I went in there for a vanilla Coke and a hamburger, and they sang on the counter and stuff. I thought that was cool. But they were all Japanese, and the pronunciation of the songs was hilarious. And every time I came to Japan, to Tokyo, I tried to go there. But one day it shut down like a year later. Oh, wow. It looks like that Outback Steakhouse is out of business. This used to be an Outback Steakhouse, now called Rokumon. I didn't think that the Outback Steakhouse... Oh, well, it says it's still there. I think they just haven't changed the sign yet. Do you see? Because there are a lot of Americans who live here, but that's not... That doesn't look like it's a restaurant anymore. I think it's gone. I'm looking for that Fanta. I don't see it. Not in these machines. There's like this weird Fanta in the other machine. No, it's not there either. A lot of Wagyu, a lot of businesses in general went out of business, but I get a feeling that, I mean, as I walk around and I'm kind of shedding a tear at all the stuff we've lost, I also realize that investment will come back. But in order for Prime Minister Kishida's legacy not to be a broken one, he needs to be the one to bring tourism back. Everybody knows it. The economy was a growing sector of Japan's economy. So there's no more phobia, I think. I think that's done. Prime Minister caught it. Everyone's catching it here in Japan. So that's gone. It's now just about trying to do it right and do it quickly. If they just open the doors right now to tourism, we're not ready for it because those hotels have gone out of business. Because a lot of the services that were catered to foreign businesses, they don't speak. Those people, English speakers, probably went back to their home country. It's a mess right now. So to just suddenly open it up to every country, that's not going to happen. That's why when I predicted this, it's going to come in waves. It'll be like a first wave, maybe New Zealand and Australia and Singapore, and then it'll open up to the US probably a couple of weeks after that. And then we'll see, it's like moriagaru, it'll gain momentum. Probably in 6 months, a lot of investment will pour in to take advantage of the places that have gone out of business. It's like you could just see already the direction. So those that are frustrated and say, no, it's not going to happen to 2023, it'll start to happen this year. It has to. And it won't be up to full speed until 2023 because it just can't be. It can't be. So rest in peace, Roppongi Outback Steakhouse. I think this is the direction of the Hard Rock Cafe. John, incorrect. You don't have to believe me. But I will prove you wrong though. All right, let's go up here to the corner. I'm pretty sure the Hard Rock's still there. A lot of old buildings here. I'm surprised they don't. I bet you in the next 5 years they're gonna really tear down a lot. Hey, Brandania, they're gonna tear down a lot of these buildings here. You're gonna see a completely new Roppongi. In fact, on the other side of this truck here, wow, you can see it already. Look at this. This is the street that took you to Lexington Queen, which is an old club in the 1990s. All the Australian models and Russian models were there doing drugs. So my friend told me. Went there once. And the next time I went there, it was out of business. They had a VIP area that was legendary. Look at that open space. There's more buildings that have been torn down. So I'm pretty sure that in a couple of years, there's going to be a lot more renovations taking place in this area of Tokyo. Japan's tallest building is built just around the corner here too. So that's going to be really interesting in Akasaka. Is it Akasaka? I think it's in Akasaka. Joshua, I am totally searching for that Fanta. I'm gonna cross the street there and then turn back around. I always get a little happier when Brandani is here. There's something on the way to Hawaii already. I've seen a lot of these too. Apparently you need to have a driver's license in order to do it. That's why they have to have these number plates, license plates on them. These are like, you can rent them on an app and then just take them and go. But I think I've seen this in other foreign countries, and you see this disaster zone of people just throwing them on the ground. They don't do that in Japan. They put them nice and neat right back where they found them. So maybe that idea works pretty good here. All right, on the right side, we're gonna see if Hard Rock is still here. I'm not sure. I don't know. I would think that they're not. Yeah, it's still there. You always wonder who's actually going to Hard Rock. I don't know. It's usually a foreign tourist thing. I know that the sports bar that I used to go to for Ohio State Michigan games is out of business. The Hobgoblin or something. I think that's gone. There's the Don Quixote. That's still there. That's geared towards Japanese too, so they're gonna do okay. And that soba place across the street, which is real famous, is still here. So there you have it. That's a good overview of Roppongi from the Kill Bill restaurant that we started at Gonpachi. Highly recommend making a reservation and having a dinner there. It's not too bad. It's not too expensive. It's an izakaya. They've got a lot of, they have wagyu sticks and like grilled cheese on sticks, and a lot of good stuff. Decent sushi on the second floor. They bring it down to you. No ninja fights, unless you can start one yourself. You might not be invited back though. The Roppongi Don Quixote. All right, everybody. Very cool, very fun. Nice walk with Tokyo Tower right there. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to click the like button. If you do like the shows, we have something called Super Thanks, and you watch it in the playback. You know, you could always, you know, give a super thanks too. I'm just saying, because I didn't know about this until recently, like how it works. But it's like a super chat after the live stream. That'd be pretty cool. I'm gonna go inside here and look for. Peter got in trouble filming in here. They kicked him out, so I gotta turn off the camera. But I'm looking for that Fanta. If I get it, I'll put something on Instagram stories for you. I think the Ninja restaurant went under too. All right, everybody, take care. I'll see you tomorrow on another live stream. I'm gonna try to go to Asakusa tomorrow morning to see how things shape up with all the stuff I'm working on right now. Bye. This is the best part where I don't say anything. Just let it roll. Stop talking, John. Stop talking.